Hello and welcome. My name is Anne from Play Pause Be, and today we're going to share with you a Yin Yoga practice that you can do straight from your bed and that sets you up for an amazing night of sleep. Sleeping is a very essential part of our life, and the quality of our sleep definitely determines the way we feel in our everyday life. If we sleep well, we are ready for the day. So we hope that this flow will help you and will bring you immediately into a deep and peaceful resting state. You can use a cushion or a bolster to support you in it, and I'll give you a bit of explanation as always on the how things work so you understand what you're doing and you can become more and more connected with the needs of your body as you proceed in your day-to-day life. So if you want to practice already in your pajamas or you already want to change and set up so you are just ready to roll into bed, do so. And if you found yourself that you are falling asleep during class, that is actually a very good sign, because many times we are so much in our mind and not in our body that the moment that we come into our body, we already fall asleep because our body is actually tired many times, but we're not listening because we are rolling in our body on adrenaline and on the stress hormones. So let's get started and allow yourself these coming 20 minutes to just be who you are, do what you need to do, and if you fall asleep, the better. Definitely let us know how this flow helps you, and let's get started. So today we're going to immediately start in a moment laying down, but I want to start with a few pressure points on the hands and the face that will help you release. Gonna work a little bit more on the triple warmer, the triple heater, that is a specific energy channel in the body that helps to regulate stress and helps to shift us from a state of activation in a state of decompression. If you want to learn a bit more about this, specifically about stress regulation and on how to set up for a good sleep throughout the day, you can always check this link in this video as well. So we're going to start with tapping a point that is connected with this triple heater meridian and is situated between your pinky finger and your ring finger. You can move between those two and you can just tap with two fingers onto that point. And as you get started, just want to invite you to feel your body on the ground, to sit here and to just say to yourself something in the sense of what I'm saying in the same line. It can be more personalized, but something as like, I really hope I'm gonna have an amazing sleep tonight. Like without the pressure, just I really wish myself a good sleep. I truly deserve and I'm very worthy of having a good sleep. You can also say it in your own language just to really connect with it, and instead of all the time putting this pressure on ourselves as if we can choose that we sleep well. No. We cannot always choose, and if we do lie awake, we can still choose to give our body the rest it deserves and be mindful and compassionate with ourselves. So keep going for a little longer, tapping this point. Yes. And then from here, you can release and just shake your hands and just take a few nice sighs out through the mouth to release the heart as well, and the heart energy by just sighing out. And you can even stick your tongue fully out. So you're just like, just like sighing and giving yourself permission to close the door on any activity, any events that happen in this day, and open now fully to immerse in your body and in the relaxation part of the day. Okay, so keep going a bit longer, sigh a few times out. And then breathe in, bring your arms up, stretch yourself for a moment. And breathe out, bring the arms down and just sighing like ah. Okay, again, breathe in, stretch. And breathe out, just like you're just like supporting yourself, you're releasing. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then just put your hands onto your face and gently press your eyes, your eyelids, relaxing the muscles around the eyes, just softening the gaze and getting ready to move our awareness from the outer world into the inner world. Then going from here to our temples with the fingers and just massaging, and you can keep the eyes closed or you can once in a while look at the screen, but the classes, the Yin sessions are aimed to help you just relax. So they are aimed to help you relax. They are aimed to set you up for a more introspective awareness. So keep massaging here. And then just take a few nice strokes with your fingers over your forehead, relaxing the frontalis muscle and the front of the forehead from all the frowning and thinking. Just taking off all those excess thoughts. Then you can even apply some pressure on your head with your fingers as if you're really like just pressing your fingers in your head and just pulling your skull. So you're kind of trying to have this idea of moving the skin of the scalp away from the skull, and this helps to relax the brain, relax the mind. Yes. Okay. And then just put your hands down and maybe switch the legs up. So you take the other leg to the front. And now I want to invite you all to start and focus on some slower exhalations. So just stay with your natural breath, but start to move the body slowly. And make some circles with your navel around your sitting bones. And we're going to focus here on some joint health. So the joints are shoulders, our hips, our wrists. So you can be here with the hands like this, and then you can switch one hand. Maybe you're just kind of feeling, maybe you want to release. Just kind of bringing some natural movement, and I want to invite you to speak to your body directly. So many times we are all the time with a mental domination, but here the invitation is really to let the body directly connect with the intelligence of movement. So whatever your body wants to be doing, trust that it knows, and you're actually using the connection to the parts that feel restricted as an opportunity to expand, as an opportunity to open up more. So take a few more breaths and see if you want to move in the other direction, just letting the body move. And if you still feel a bit of agitation in the mind, then you can actually move a bit more dynamic from there to settle into a more slower state. So if you want to move a bit quicker and you feel that you are still a bit more activated, use that activation and some more dynamic movements to transition smoothly. Nice. Okay. And then from here, we're going to immediately go and lay down. So we're going to do most of our positions reclined today to really set up for that sleeping position. Now, some of us like to have a little pillow under the head. So you can have your pillow, or the bolster can be a bit too high, but it is my recommendation to support the head if you feel like laying flat creates some anxiety. So for some people, the guideline is essentially that if you feel like your heart is below your head and you're feeling as if you're laying backwards, then you definitely want to support the head. Make sure that anything you have on the head, like a ponytail or anything that limits the freedom of the neck, that you remove that. And then we're just going to start with bringing our knees to our chest. This focus of this session is on integration and learning to enclose our day with a sense of appreciation. So feel your hips heavy to the floor, your shoulders wide. And just stay with your breath as it naturally occurs, trying to focus on the exhalations. Focus on the exhalations. And try to feel as you exhale the body a little bit more heavy. Now we're going to make again some small circles with the knees on the chest, but keep your lower back pressed through the ground and move in one direction and the other, always having both. Maybe even moving the knees in circles away and towards each other. Taking a few more breaths here. Then from here, going to our reclined butterfly position. So place your soles of the feet together. You can again have a cushion or a bolster under the knees. So if your knees drop open, soles of the feet together, and your knees are not touching the floor, you might want to support the knees. Or if you want to use the force of gravity, then you can just do it without. But make sure that you are not arching the lower back. So ensure that you maintain a sense of broadness and width in the lower back as you allow the lower belly and the space of the pelvis to feel wide and broad. Maybe even placing your hands onto the abdomen, or if you like, bringing the arms overhead, which will work a little bit more into the meridians on the arms, such as the heart. So whatever you feel, be present with the sensations and try to focus on mindful exhalations. So every time you exhale, you soften a little bit more in your body, in your connection to the bed and to the floor, wherever you are. And you give yourself permission to just breathe and relax as much as you can into the body. Take a few more breaths. As then you're going to slowly close down your legs, put your feet a bit wider than the hips and drop the knees together and just take a moment here. Again, feel the body heavy to the ground. Feet, hips, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in and breathe out. And give yourself the permission to install a sense of safety into the here and now. Trust into the here and now. Many times we do not trust ourselves. We want to control the circumstances because we don't trust how we'll engage with them. But once we learn to trust ourselves and also the range of emotions and energies that can be felt in our body, we will have less the tendency to control the others and the outcomes and become more intentional. So when we're laying awake at night, instead of trying to control what we can't control, bring your awareness to what is within your control, such as trying to relax every part of the body. trying to be kind in the situation where you find yourself, doing what you can, the best way you can, allowing thoughts to surface, coming back to the present moment. And we're going to walk our feet a bit closer to each other. Open your arms to the side, feel your shoulders wide. And then stretch your fingers out to the side as you slide your hips a bit to the right and drop your two knees to the left side. Maybe you want to put a bolster or a cushion under your left knee. If you feel a strong pulling on the lower back, you definitely want to do it. We want to maintain the integrity of the lumbar and of the SI joint. So maintain that sense of broadness in the pelvis. If you do feel like, oh, it can be a bit stronger for me, you can cross one leg over the other. And then you can keep looking up or turn your head in the opposite direction. This aims digestion and aims to release the tension in our gut, which is our second brain. It is where there is a lot of information and a lot of tension because we're trying to protect ourselves with many thoughts and with tension. Give yourself permission to relax. As you move the right hip away from the right shoulder and try to soften into the belly. And every time you find your thoughts going somewhere is normal, the mind wants to stay in control. Just come back to the breath. You don't even have to alter it. Just focus on the out breath and relax into the body. Every single out breath. And you're slowly gonna come to the center. Put your feet next to each other. Stretch your arms overhead and just see if you can lift your hips up for a moment, even sliding a bolster under it or sliding a block under it or just keeping it active. Engaging the back and breathing into the front for a few breaths. And then slowly bringing our hips down. Really feel the hips heavy. Maybe shake your legs a bit. And then we're sliding the hips to the left and dropping the two knees to the right side as we open the arms to the side. You can maybe support with a cushion or something, or cross your top leg over the lower leg, but ensure the broadness again in the SI in the lower back, and only turn the head to the other side if that feels good. And breathing. Gonna be here about a minute or two. Just give yourself permission to soften in the body where you can, not through force, but by fully allowing yourself to melt into the moment. Take a few more breaths. As you're gonna come slowly out of the position and just stretch your arms overhead for a moment. Taking a full deep breath in and then just hug and hold yourself. And then just take a moment to give thanks at the end of your day. Thank your body for all what it does for you and try to bring a sense of appreciation to that body and to the blessing that is another day full of experience. Honoring the best you did, the lessons presented. And then just close off with stretching your legs up to the ceiling for a moment. If you are in your bed, I like to personally always put my legs on a wall or on something if I have the capacity. And maybe even putting the cushion under my buttocks. But feel where you are. You can just also have the legs up. Bend them a little bit to relax the abdomen, to make sure you're not creating any tension on the lower back. And then just take a few breaths where you're fully focused on your slow out breaths. Allow a sense of broadness in the lower back, in the shoulders. Then just coming slowly out of the position. And then you can actually choose to lay onto your right side for a moment to relax. Maybe again with the cushion. As we are laying on the right side, we are breathing in and out through the left nostril. More, and this is the Chandra nostril. So we are actually connecting here with the right side of the brain. So breathing in through the left nostril, opening the left side of the body, bringing awareness to that side, and connecting to the right side of the brain, which is the feminine, the cooling and the relaxing. So even if you find yourself throughout the night that you are waking up, you can take even a few breaths just through the left nostril, or just find yourself on the right side. And then you can stay here to close off the practice, or you can transition into your night. So make sure that whatever you do, don't go back into activation, stay into relaxation, and wishing you a beautiful and peaceful night. Thank you.